Hey guys, I am NoSleeves12, predominantly an NHL YouTuber, but I have decided to invest a lot of my time since the launch of MLB 20 into, the show content. And the last weekend since I got the game, I believe last Friday, I played it a ton. And while I've been streaming it, just for hours on end every day on Twitch, I've gotten a ton of questions about where you should start. And as a beginner, I thought I would do a video to help fellow beginners when it comes to MLB The Show, as while the mode has so much to offer, it's a little overwhelming for new players, and I thought I would go through the best ways to kind of attack building your team before you can start doing ranked season or ranked games and whatnot. So today's video is going to be all about MLB The Show 20 for Diamond Dynasty and where to start building your team. Let's jump into it. So first things first, in Diamond Dynasty, I'll show you guys my squad right now. My team has been free to play except for one pack opening that a viewer of mine did donate $100, and I basically pulled 2 Mike Trouts and Steven Strasburg. Now, I haven't sold my other Mike Trout, so you could literally just put bets here and judge in for bets, and that would be basically what I've done in terms of pack pulls. All the other stuff I've done via free to play, and there is a very easy way to quote unquote grind the game if you are new. So this is for brand new players or people that haven't really done a ton of time. Maybe you play the game religiously for Road to the Show or franchise mode, and you just want to start getting into Diamond Dynasty, or your buddies have picked it up and you kind of want to know how to build your team and the best way to do it. So the best way that I have found is with the team affinities, and then kind of doing something. So if you go to your collections and then go to legends and flashbacks and then faces of the franchise, so here is each team has one, okay, and there's basically a set of things that you need to accomplish before you can unlock one. So if you go down through here, again, there's one for every team. I have the Rafael Devers one. I am a Red Sox fan, so that is why I picked that. Now, a lot of people's first question is, what is the affinity that you should grind? In all honesty, there's a few, but Joey Gallo seems to be Joey Gallo seems to be the most popular because of that insane power rating, and I don't blame him. And then his utility, as he's able to play 4 different positions. So let's pretend you want to get the Joey Gallo. What is the best way for someone who is not able to just grind 10-0 BR runs, to unlock this card? So what you want to do is first go to the team affinity, your favorite one. Your favorite team will be up here, but the team affinity, so we'll go and choose the Texas Rangers. All right, so what it does is it takes 50 points to unlock the Joey Gallo, so there is a variety of ways to get the 50 points. Also, take note that you will get a good player at 25 points. You'll get the prospect card, Leody Taveras, for the Rangers. I believe the Red Sox is Brian Mata, a pitcher. So let's go and look at how you actually do it. So there's a few. You can do March to October. Let's not really pretend that you want to go that route. I mean, if you are someone who likes to grind offline modes, then maybe this is the the best way to do it. But let's ignore that one. So first, you want to go and complete their moment. So you click on this, and it'll give you a moment to do that's not all that difficult. So for this one, it says tally 6 total bases, hit a home run, and don't strike out 2 times. Just continually do that until you get it, okay? It's not going to be all of that difficult. The Red Sox one took me, I think, 2 tries. Okay, so that'll get you 3. So now you've only got 47 to go. The next would be to do the Rangers collection. And this is the one, the first thing that I would recommend doing, and I'll show you why. So if you go to the Rangers collection, you basically want to buy up all of these players. And a lot of them, I'm not going to give you market tips because I don't really understand the market all of that well. Again, I'm a beginner and novice at this game. I have a couple guys that I've met through the NHL community that are amazing at this game. If you know who Jaff Gaming is, he's one of the best players at MLB, and he basically walked me through all the details about playing a little bit better. But in terms of the market, I haven't really discussed it with him. So there's 40 players that you need to collect. The only real expensive ones are going to be the Joey Gallo. It's going to cost you about 10,000 stubs, but you don't even need to get him. So let's say you want to get, what you do need to do is get a position player for every single one. So again, the Rangers aren't that good, so grab Elvis Andrus, Danny Santana, Robbie Chirinos. Again, you don't have to get the Joey Gallo if you don't want to spend the 10,000 stubs. It just is going to make the process very easy. Now, if you are able to complete the collection collection, which I would recommend you do. Save up your stubs and complete it. But again, starting out, you don't have to. You're going to get the Michael Young. So an 84 overall, Michael Young. Now, he might not seem all of that, amazing, but it is going to help you considerably in a second. So again, the Rangers are pretty crap when it comes to ratings. So let's say you've completed them. That would be my first step. If you get enough stubs to complete it, okay? Or at least get as many as you can. Then you want to click on missions. So this is where you're going to spend all of your time, and there's 5 missions that you can do. One of them is not repeatable, the rest are. So one would be pitch innings with the Rangers. This is very simple. Again, it can be done in any of the modes, and I'm going to show you the best one to do it for, again, for beginners. And there's 250 innings with the Texas Rangers players. This is the one that I think is most important. And again, I'll explain why in a second. If you are very good at this game, or at least moderate, like you can, smash on All-Star all the time, the AL West Showdown is probably the best way to do it. It is by far the fastest way without spending a million stubs by doing exchanges to grind out affinity, or to grind out team affinities, as completing one showdown will get you 20 points alone. And it is repeatable, so all you have to do is do it twice, and you'll already be at 40. But again, let's pretend this is for beginners, players that can't, bank on doing that. Because if you can't do it successfully, it's going to take you a long time, and you might not end up with anything for it. So, and then you can obviously exchange players, exchange rivals. My pardon, but again, that's spending stubs, and I wouldn't recommend doing that as well. Okay, so let's say you went and bought all of your Texas Rangers players. So I have done that already. And if we go over here, I've got a lineup of all Texas Rangers, okay, at every single position, including my bench. I also have all pitchers. You don't really need to go this in-depth. You just need one starter and one reliever, and then you're all set. So now you have all your Rangers. So now, here is what you're going to do. Now, notice how you've got one at every position. The one challenge that is repeatable is to play 250 innings with Rangers players. So you've got 9 players playing every single game, and let's say you play a 3-inning game, that gets you 27 innings, okay? So if you've played 10 of them, you'll get 270 innings. So essentially, you only really need to play, well, again, I guess if you play 10, you'll have enough for one of the rerolls, and that'll be 5 towards the affinity, okay? Now, again, there are other ways to get points for the affinity. We'll go back over here, and I'll show you guys what I mean by that. So, again, let's say you do the collection. That's 10 right there. You did the moment. That's 3. You do this pitching innings one. Now you're at 18, okay? So now you only really need 32, and that's with this, okay? So now, again, let's go take a peek at the best way that I have found to do this, and what I did is the best way for new players to do this. Go over to Conquest. You can do the Tim Tebow one. I wouldn't really recommend it. It's kind of a waste of time. Tim Tebow is only going to be a bench bat for you, and it's not even going to be all that great. It's a good way to learn how to play Conquest, but the best way to do it is to start with the first inning one. And now if you do this Conquest, okay, again, if you don't know what Conquest is, it's basically like Risk. I'll show you, I'll make a video on how to do Conquest, but I'm just going to show you guys my strategy on how to build your team first. So you do this entire Conquest, you get all the strongholds. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 strongholds right there. That's 8 3-inning games, so you're almost at 250 innings, and that's if you do it, in 3 games each, as, it could take a little bit longer if you don't win in 3. But again, because you've got all Texas Rangers, you're going to maximize your innings played. Now, the reason why I say to do this one, okay, is if you go to the goals here, you're going to end up with rewards, okay? So by finishing this, you'll get some packs as a reward and another one as well. So once you're done that, again, you've got a nice taste for the first inning Conquest, and this also helps you getting the first inning Conquest the first inning points as well, and I'll get into that in a second as well. But you're going to have to grind for 300 to get a really, really good player. So once you're done that, then you're going to go over into this one, and this is the big one, okay? And basically the goal in this is to get every single one done. So, okay, so you've got, 27 innings per every stronghold. There's 31 that you've got to take over. That's 837 innings, okay? Plus, oops, 1 second. So 837, you're going to divide that by 250, so you're going to get at least 3 done. You include the first inning one, and that's 4. So that right there is 20 points. Okay, so you've got 20 already done. You've got 10 from the collection. You got 3 from the moment, and you're well on your way, okay? So that is the best way to do it. And the reason why I recommend doing this is if you go to the goals here, again, you're going to get packs for every single thing you do. And if you haven't seen my pack opening video that I did a little while ago, I got insane rewards, but again, that's just insane luck. But you're going to get a ton of packs throughout this whole thing, but you're also going to get, well, a Cy Young here if you complete the steals, but then you're also going to get the huge power bat in Frank Thomas, the 84 overall first baseman. If you don't have the 86 overall or David Ortiz from the pre-order, this is a great option, and also a very good platoon option if you do have the David Ortiz. But then, if you keep going down and you complete the whole thing, you're going to get the 87 overall Willie Mays. So now you're seeing that this kind of builds up, and as you're doing that, and once you finish completely, you'll get 10 show packs. Okay, so you'll get a nice little bundle here. So you're getting like 20 packs from doing this, on top of Willie Mays and Frank Thomas. Now, again, it is a time sink, but it is by far the best way to grind out starting your team. So by the end of it, by the end of doing all of that, you're going to end up with 87 overall Diamond Willie Mays. You're going to end up with 20 packs, so you might pull something. You're also going to end up with Frank Thomas. Then you're also going to get Leody Taveras. And then you're going to get Joey Gallo, and that's all from basically just doing that first conquest. And again, guys, the reason why I say to do this is if you are a beginner at this game, you're not insanely good, your timing for hitting isn't very good, you don't understand what pitches you should be pitching, that's all a different tutorial and things that you should learn. The thing about conquest that I liked while I was doing it is I was learning the game while I was doing it. You have to play a ton of innings, and I had a blast doing it because I was actually learning the game. It seems a lot less of a grind when you do that. Also, you want to go to moments here. Again, anything the game gives you for free, I think that's something that the MLB, or MLB The Show does extremely well for Diamond Dynasty as opposed to, EA for NHL, is that it gives you a ton of options for free cards. So, again, for the first inning one, I would recommend doing the Curtis Granderson moments. These are great. This is a great card, and it's not all that difficult. Also, as you level up, you're going to get a rookie card of Carlos Gonzalez, Dennis Eckersley, Eddie Matthews, and Ivan Rodriguez. I picked Dennis Eckersley just because I didn't have a closer, and the 93 version is fantastic. And again, these are just something to grind. They're fun moments. They don't take a long time. Some of them are challenging, but I had a blast doing them. I wouldn't really do any of the other ones right now, again, as you build up your team. But that is basically my recommendation for anyone new to the game, trying to learn how to start building your squad, because going into ranked games, getting absolutely torched by someone who knows how to play, and, you don't really understand, or you don't really have a good team, not a good option. Now, something I do want to show you guys is the Showdown, okay? So, Showdown is, I have a little love-hate with it, because it can be extremely frustrating, but like I said, it is amazing in terms of being worth it if you can win, easily. So what you do is you basically draft a team, okay? These are all cards that were drafted, okay? So these are the guys I got. You start out with 1 diamond, 1 gold, and then a bunch of other crap. If you choose Texas Rangers players or whatever affinity you're grinding while you're doing it, you'll get points towards that, or innings towards that as well. Keep that in mind. So then what you'll do is you'll go through these 3 blue ones, and they're different, different innings, or different different challenges. They don't take very long at all. And every time you complete one, you're going to get a run. So see how in the middle here it says 1 final showdown runs. If you look on the left here, it says final showdown, 0 to 15, 20 outs remaining. So if you are amazing at this game, you can literally hit start and skip to the final showdown, the very end of it, okay, with that team that you basically just drafted, okay? It does cost stubs to enter into this, so you can't just continually do it with nothing on the line. You do have to spend 1,000 stubs, which can be quite a bit for a new player, which is why I don't recommend this way, because it is kind of hard. So as you go through here, so after you do these 3, it would be 3 to 15, okay? You would only have to get, 13 runs before you get 20 outs. It's consecutive. You don't have to do innings. But then there's a showdown in between each of these. So these red ones are a little bit more difficult, but as you notice down here, you'll get a reward. So if you beat this first one, it'll give you a gold Live Series AL West player and a gold perk. So you'll upgrade your team as you go along. And if you do it all, I believe you can get up to 10 runs. So you only need 6 before you need 20 outs. And it makes it very easy. But again, guys, if you fail one of the red ones, that's it. You can fail as many blue ones as you want. But you fail the red one, your run is over, and you've got to restart. And that's why I'm saying it's not really worth it, because you'll get a little bit of stubs along the way, but because it costs $1,000, it's not really worth it if you are not someone who is very good at the game or someone that can, just mash. Now, if you are watching this video and you are very good at the game, 100% just zone in here, draft the team, hit start, and go to the final showdown, because I believe it is on All-Star. You can probably get the 16 runs before 20 outs if you are very, very good at the game. That being said, there is a first inning one, okay? The entry fee is 500 coins, but if you do it, again, it's a nice way to learn how to do this. You'll get a gold player for sure guaranteed, which is nice, and there is a starter one as well. So if you do the starter one, it's free, okay? And again, not very long, and you'll get an 83 overall Brett Saberhagen. Again, another great way to build your team early on in the game. So, guys, I hope that helps a little bit. I wouldn't really focus on collections or anything like that. Just focus on, like I said, Conquest and doing one of the affinities. You'll get a real grasp for the game, and by the end of it, you're going to have a decent starting lineup before you start making those other decisions as to whether to play online and whatnot, because MLB offers a ton for free-to-play players. Like I said, other than that one pack opening I did, I've been all free to play, and even if I didn't get the 2 Mike Trouts that I pulled, yes, I pulled 2, I would have, a great team regardless. So, guys, I hope you like the content. I will be doing a lot of MLB content. Don't worry, my NHL stuff isn't going anywhere as well. Please subscribe if you do like it. It does help me out quite a bit, and I'll see you guys next time.